Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you for a second. So why did you end up in Morazán and not in Prospera? Because Prospera is kind of the one for the foreigners and the expats, and Morazán is more for the locals. That's really cool that you ended up with the locals, but I wonder like why you decided on that.
Yeah, so there's two reasons. The simplest is Prosper doesn't have housing. There's a huge challenge of building housing for residents in Prospera. Right now, there's no houses you can buy or rent inside the Zeti. You'd have to rent one outside the Zeti and you could work inside it. But if you actually want to live in the Zeti, I'm one of only three foreigners, I believe, living in the Zeti in the whole world right now, or a private city more generally. So I like being at the frontier. I want to be at the heart of it. And that just simply wasn't possible in Prospera. So there was this
Well,
practice.
especially I guess when you came over a few years ago, because I believe the Duna project is being delivered right now or should be delivered pretty soon. So that might change in Prospera, but I guess you've been there for a couple of years. So not a lot of options then.
Yes. The second is the value proposition. The Bay Islands, where Prospera are mainly located, are quite expensive. I mean, it's all relative cost, but when your rent is $120 a month, you can like it's infinite possibilities basically. Instead of having a guest room, you can have a guest apartment. You want to open a business, you can just rent an apartment. You want to hire an assistant or do anything, when your cost of living is basically zero, that gives you tremendous freedom for building your business, your family, and your life. And that's kind of the motto of Bootstrap City is you want to come someplace where you can be lean, have long runway, and reinvest all of your money into the things you care about. I don't want to be spending $1,000 on rent if I can spend $100. I don't want to spend $300 on electricity if I can spend $50. So yeah, yes, I can afford to live in Prospera, but the Morazon gives me more value for my money. I'm in the industrial heartland. I have access to better labor market. I have lower costs, and that's what mattered to me.
Very interesting. Super, super interesting. Talk to me about some of the projects that you've started because you and I over dinner, you were describing some of them, and I thought these were just so rad. Talk us through some of the projects that you've been working on.
Yeah, so part of my job as a consultant, I help people interested in opening businesses and setting up projects. And then I also do some myself. So RidePay has built a crypto ecosystem inside of Morazon and Bootstrap City where you can live your entire life in crypto. And so you can pay your rent, you can pay your utilities, you can shop at the little supermarket, the gym, the salon. Every business, as far as I'm aware of, will take the crypto ecosystem. So doing that anywhere else is quite challenging. You need to, what are the regulations, the on-ramping, off-ramping, money service business, all of these logistics are a huge pain. In Morazon, you just talk to the Morazon team and say, look, I think it'd be really cool if we had some kind of digital payment system. Uh, Having to carry around cash or pay large fees to transfer domestically doesn't make sense. I can build this cool system. All I need from you is to accept the payment method. And they're like, oh, someone wants to invest in the city and build stuff. We support it. How can we help? So that's the kind of mentality you get in Bootstrap City is when you're trying to create something, the city is ready to help. Similar, there's a German guy doing a solar project here. And they said, yeah, you can put them on the roofs and we'll buy the electricity from you and resell them to the residents. We're happy that people are willing to invest in the project and no need to get any Morazon permits or do anything like that. You send an email, here's what I want to do, here's what I'm thinking for pricing. And that was that. And so the project is being started and they're drilling holes in walls and the grounds and doing all kinds of things that in a normal city it could take weeks and weeks to get approved. So it's just really awesome how easy it is to open a business.
What about the gym? I remember you telling me about a gym project you were working on.
Yeah. So I myself am interested in fitness and gyms, and there's some other people interested as well. So I helped them to open a gym, and it was just in a unit. So there's no zoning laws in Morazan, which is pretty unique. So you can open your business in your house, no problem, no need to ask all these permissions and any of that. So rented a unit, bought some equipment, opened a gym, and the gym had no employees and the doors never locked, which everyone said was like impossible. How can you not have someone watching to make sure no one sneaks in or steals the equipment? How can you keep the door unlocked? All these things that just people were telling me were crazy. We did it and it worked perfectly. There's not been any issues of anything being stolen. There's not been any issues of people sneaking in to use the gym. And so it's like this high trust, business friendly environment just allows you to do things that wouldn't be possible elsewhere. How much does it cost to open a gym in any other city? Here it's $120 for a month plus the cost of equipment. No need to hire anybody, no need to get any permits or do any of that kind of stuff. So that I think is the amazing part of Bootstrap City. It allows you to try things cheaply and see what works.
Well, and that's cool because so many entrepreneurial ventures that people are doing, especially in today's day and age, are all online, this, online, that, drop shipping, FBA, things like this, product and white labeling. And this is like such an easy business. Buy a bunch of equipment and then charge someone a fee to come and use it. And I would imagine the life cycle of a piece of gym equipment should be like forever. So once you have that upfront investment made, I mean, it's pretty much all profit after that, especially if you're not paying expensive staff or, you know, lots of different ways that to secure everything and protect everything. If you are in an environment that has like high trust, then sounds like a good little cash flowing business to me.
Yeah, and there's also, I think the solar panels are even more interested in that regard. The thought with that is they can be potentially tokenized. So in Morazon, there wouldn't be all of the security issues of tokenization and all of that. And you also have the rule of law. So imagine you're someone looking for some fixed income yield, and you're like, okay, energy prices in Honduras are ridiculous. So this solar farm is going to be very profitable. It's low maintenance. You can't really steal them. They're bolted to a roof and there's very high security anyways. Plus, there's arbitration in Morazan. It costs $50 to start a case. So it's not, oh, I'm going to have to sue in Honduras if I get screwed or there's some dispute and it's going to take years and cost thousands and be in Spanish and all of that. No, there's arbitration rights inside the ZEDIs, the Honduras's free cities, and this allows you to get the first world rule of law with the third world returns. So the gym is amazing for a local Honduran business person where they like just a normal person saving up money, building a business and then growing it. But what I think is even more interesting is attracting foreign capital to a country that normally would not be appealing because you have the high trust, you have the rule of law, and you have the cool financial innovations like tokenization that can make it all easy.